So after 2 years of trading the Falcon strategy, I felt it was time to move on to something different. But I'm going to explain to you probably in the next video why I decided to stop trading with the Falcon strategy and decided to focus on the SMC strategy, the almighty SMC. Well, prior to when I joined SMC, I would see SMC traders with their charts, and it was really looking very nice. You see all the structure they've plotted and all of those things. It was looking very, very nice. But tell you what, by the time I took that leap to join SMC, my first week was terrible. I didn't understand all the concepts. You wouldn't blame me though. I was coming from a place where all I knew about trading was your patterns, impulse and correction, and then basically I was focusing on the bullish flags, bearish flags to take my trades. That was all I knew about the market. But then I was now faced with things like fair value gap, inducement, imbalance. I was confused. It was not even funny, guys. Don't even laugh. It was not even funny. I was confused. I didn't understand. What are you guys talking about? For the first week, I went blank. I would turn on the videos to watch them. I would just quickly, after 2 minutes, I would go off. I'd be like, I'm not in for this. Please, you guys cannot come and stress my life. But tell you what, after a few months going through the trainings and understanding how SMC traders really look at the market, I'm excited to show you this one because I want to show you exactly how I now see the market and why I'm excited about the remainder of this year. Because tell you what, when you see the market the way you ought to see the market, things begin to, take shape for you. And that's what this video is about. I want to show you exactly how I now look at the market. Hello guys, my name is Gift Bakwe. Before I get to that, let me just do a quick proper introduction. As an African man, it's not proper that people will come to your house and you won't welcome them properly. So yeah, I want to welcome you guys to my channel. Welcome to the Trading Nation. My name is Gift Ubakwe and you're here for a treat. And before we get to my screen where I show you about what I now see the market as, please, if you're new to this channel, welcome, but we can't go there if you don't subscribe now. Come on, please go ahead, smash the subscribe button and make my day for me, okay? And I would in turn give you value for your time, okay? Now, if you're an OG on this channel, thank you so much for being amazing, for your support. I really appreciate that. So let's go without any further ado. I know you've subscribed. Let's go to my screen so I can really show you how I now see the market. Let's go. So welcome to my screen. This is the gold market, but I don't think it's fair for me to just jump to this. Let me first and foremost show you exactly how this concept works by basically just showing you with diagrams, okay? So I'm going to try to show you this with diagrams and then I'll explain the concept. So when we go to the charts, you have a better understanding on how this works, okay? So the market moves in wave pattern, so it goes in an higher high, higher low, lower high pattern. All right, so yes, this is basically so let's move this up here. Basically what you would see most times for when the what's it called now, the smart money concept people plot their chart, this is basically what you will see. But how does this really work? So you will hear people tell you things like this is a break of structure. Give me a sec. This is a break of structure, right? Break of structure. And then you would also hear them say things like you look for an entry right here, you wait for what's it called, an order block to come here. So probably price will come here and fill your order block, and then you take your trade right there. Let me look for that too. You take your long trade like so. So this is basically how the smart money traders trade, just in summary, okay? But there are several other things they pay attention to, one of which is the imbalance. They look for imbalance. They look for inducement. Now, the smart money traders basically focus on price taking out liquidity. You hear them talk about liquidity a lot. So this is like the layman concept about how to trade with smart money concept. So they look for liquidity, wait for price to take out liquidity before they now look for a trade. So they have things like the buy side liquidity, the sell side liquidity. I'll show you all of that when we get to the main chart, okay? But for the sake of this diagram, I just want to show you exactly what the whole concept of the what's it called, smart money trading, what the whole concept of the smart money trading is about. All right, now this is the concept, but the way I learned to trade smart money, you need to wait for inducement to be taken out. All right, you need to wait for inducement to be taken out. So this won't be an entry based on how I learned to trade the smart money trading strategy. Okay, so what would now happen? Price has created a higher high here, lower low, higher high, okay, or a high, higher high, as the case may be. Now what am I waiting for? The way I learned to trade is that you need to wait for price to take out this low. This low becomes your inducement. All right, I'll show you this on the chart. This low becomes your inducement. So I'm not looking for any buy here. I'm waiting for price to take out this inducement. So price is supposed to take out the inducement, and then once price has taken out the inducement, in my higher time frame, I'm waiting for price to come mitigate an order block or order flow at this point. So this becomes my POI. All right, this becomes my POI. If I can just grab the text tool quickly, place it here. So this becomes my POI, point of interest, as it's popularly called. Let me just quickly change this to white. All right, so this becomes my POI. So once price comes to my POI on the higher time frame, I'm now looking for a buy. But then there are lower time frame confirmations I need to look out for. Those lower time frame confirmations will now be what decides how I enter the trade. Okay, so once price comes in here on my higher time frame, I would go to the lower time frame to look for my entry confirmation, and once those confirmations are met, I would place my entry. And in this case, we use the sell limit or buy limit because price is coming to tap in and then reverse. The thing about smart money concept is, if you're wrong, tell you what, you would lose. You would just lose. If your analysis is not correct, you would lose as fast as you would make money. Okay, so but that's also the exciting part about smart money concept, because the way it works, you don't necessarily need to wait for hours for your setup to play out. You also don't need to wait for days for your setup to play out. So you're either right or wrong. When you're right, the market just gives you the profits in a few minutes. When you're wrong, the market also just takes you out in a few minutes. So you'll know where you stand in a few minutes. Okay, now there are two things I want to mention before I take you to the chart. You must decide what your higher time frame is and what your lower time frame is. So in this case, I focus on only two time frames. All right, I focus on only two time frames. So the higher time frame and the lower time frame. The lower time frame is always my entry time frame. The higher time frame is where I get to do my structural mapping of, you know, what the market is saying, what the market is doing at that point. All right, so I want to believe this is clear enough. So this is how I map my structures. And now, before a break of structure is confirmed, for me, the way I learned to trade the smart money concept is, before a break of structure is confirmed, inducement must be taken out. So this becomes a confirmed break of structure. As long as this inducement has been taken out, this inducement right here. If inducement is not taken out, then that is not a confirmed break of structure for me, based on how I trade. All right, so this becomes a confirmed taken out of inducement to confirm this break of structure. Now once this break of structure is confirmed, this becomes a confirmed high as well. Let me take that out. All right, so once you're able to identify which inducement was taken out, it confirms your high. I'm just going to quickly take that out. It's pretty simple. In fact, let me just take all of this out. Let me just move this aside and show you how this works. Okay, now look at this. Let's say the market is in an uptrend. Okay, now the market starts from here, creates a low and breaks this high. This is not a confirmed break of structure. This point here is not a confirmed break of structure yet. This is not a confirmed break of structure yet, based on how I learned to trade. Now, when does that break of structure confirm? It only confirms when this low is taken out. This is liquidity. So this inducement has to be swept first before I confirm that, okay, price has created a new high. Okay, now follow me, I'll show you this in the real chart. Now price comes down, takes out this inducement, all right, and then goes up, breaks that structure. Now what this means is, at this point, this becomes my confirmed high. All right, so this becomes my confirmed break of structure. All right, this becomes my confirmed break of structure, and once this structure is broken, guess what, I can now start looking for buys. But before this is broken, I won't necessarily look for buys, okay, because the price can just come down and do its thing. So it might not make a lot of sense here until I get to the chart. I'll show you. But then this is how I learned to trade the smart money concept. So once this happens, for me to start looking for a buy, my buy area would now be around this area, this region right there. And what am I waiting for price to do? I'm waiting for price to calm down, sweep liquidity, and then create entry pattern for me. Now this becomes my inducement taken out here. Okay, this becomes inducement, and then I'm looking for a trade down here. This becomes my POI, point of interest. This is the point where I'm interested. I'm interested in what price is doing down here. Okay, let's just change that color quickly. Color of the text, if I can. All right, change the color of the text to white. So this is my point of interest. The moment price comes in here, I'm now waiting for my entry confirmation on the lower time frame to take a buy. All right, so this is how I trade the smart money concept. Let's take that out and put another one. What's happening here? What is happening? Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure what I did to this thing. All right, now the tool is working properly. Okay, so this is gold. This, the same way I trade gold is the way I trade every other pair. So my target will be up here, take profit will be up here, where price comes to test the high of the price that created the low. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, so I believe this is out of the way, but this is basically the whole concept of how I trade the smart money concept. But I'll take you to the chart now and show you exactly step by step what this whole concept means in real price. Okay, but trust me, if you understand this concept, it's pretty easy, and then it's very systematic. You can just say, if ABC doesn't happen, I'm not doing D. If ABC happens, I'm doing D, and it makes trading a bit more interesting. Okay, all right, so now let me show you exactly how this works on the chart. Just exactly how I've explained. So this is my gold chart. I'm not going to bore you with, you know, going through all of the mapping from scratch, but I'm just going to show you how I'm looking for the highest point. All right, so the highest point, let's start from here. I'll take you through this quickly while I show you the trade I took last week on gold. Now there's something I didn't show you as well. I didn't show you what confirms a break, but I'll do that in a proper video. Okay, so this was inducement taken out, and it means this high up here was confirmed. If price breaks this high, now that's a change of structure, or that's a break of structure rather. So that inducement, the moment that happened, we will now start looking for buys right here. Okay, but there are other things you look out for. Let me not make this video too long. I'll just go ahead and show you a trade idea I took, and then I'll create another video where I systematically explain the whole concept of the smart money concept to you. All right, so this was a trade. There's this tool I use, this this month week break close. This tool helped me to actually back test the week that just passed. It helps me back test and see what happened, what trades did I miss, what trades did I take. It just helps me stay at the top of my game. Okay, so you might want to add that to your chart. And for some of you who like white charts, I'm sorry, my chart is black because this is very fair to my eyes. This is friendly to the eyes. I don't like trading with white chart because it sends too much light to my eyes, and I don't want any issues with my eyes. Now most people would recommend that you go ahead and get the Blu-ray glasses, but you can save yourself that expense if you can just turn your chat background to black. This is really eye friendly, trust me. I've been doing this for years. For 2 years now I've been using black charts, and it's worked for me. I started using the white charts when I started trading the SMC concept, because a lot of people that trade smart money concept use white charts, but not me. I just decided to turn everything around. I started using the black charts. So this is the trade I took on gold last week. Okay, now look at this inducement, just the way I explained to you. Inducement was taken out here, right there. If I can turn that to red, right? Inducement was taken out right there. That was inducement. The moment inducement was taken out, guess what? I started looking for a POI. I knew, okay, price would probably reverse since inducement has been taken out, liquidity has been swept, so price would probably look for the next order block to test and then reverse, or look for the next order flow to test and then reverse. So that was it. And then what did I now look for? I now saw this was an order flow, another block rather, that price did not test. There are several things to explain. I'll explain all of this concept in subsequent video. Now, why was that a valued order block? That's because price left us let me see, imbalance here. Look at this. Price left imbalance, or price created imbalance right there. All right, so this imbalance is what made that POI valuable. So the moment I saw the imbalance and I saw the price has not mitigated that order block, guess what? It was time for me to go to the lower time frame. Now, what do I use as my higher time frame, and what do I use as my lower time frame? The 1 minute chart is my lower time frame, my entry time frame, and the 15 minutes chart is my higher time frame, where I used to do my charts mapping and analysis. Okay, so this is the 15 minutes chart, as you can see up here, 15 minutes chart. So I found that price has taken out what's it called, price has mitigated my POI. Now I need to go to the 1 minute time frame to look for entry. But before I even go to the 1 minute time frame, I want to see how did price get to my POI. How did price get to my POI? There are two things I look for before I go to the 1 minute. The first thing is I look for what I call the single candle order block, or I look for the sweeping of liquidity on the 15 minute candle. This might sound like jargon, but don't worry. After watching some of my videos over time, you understand the concept. For some of you who are already trading smart money concept, this should be bread and butter for you, right? All right, so this is what happened right here. So I had two confirmations here. The first confirmation was the fact that price swept liquidity down here, this 15 minutes candle. Price swept liquidity down there. All right, so this became a lower time frame POI for me, this low. If price comes and tests this low, that would have been a point of interest for me to actually take a buy. Another point of interest would be the top of this. All right, so this was my candle, and this was the single candle order block I was looking for. This candle right here, this one, this candle. Yeah, I hope you can see that red point there. Or let me grab the arrow quickly. Let me use this. So this candle right there, yes, that candle right there was what I was looking for. I hope that's clear enough. This candle became the candle of focus for me, so I marked that candle. And why was that a candle of focus? That was because this other candle here closed above it. So this point here, let me turn off this magnet. So this point here was the highest point of the candle, and then the other candle closed above it. Let me show you that. Let me just quickly zoom in and show you this quickly. So I look for all of these as confirmation before I get to the lower time frame. All right, so if you look at this, if I can just grab this line too and turn on my magnet, I'll show you here. So you can see that this candle, this other candle here, this one, closed above this one. All right, closed above it. Now this for me became a confirmation that this is my single candle order block. All right, once that is confirmed, the next thing would be to go to the 1 minute time frame to look for entry. Now in the 1 minute time frame, I'm looking for a change of character. I'm looking for a change of character, and then I'm looking for a single candle order block or an order block to be formed in the 1 minute. That's where I place my entry. Okay, now let's go to the 1 minute time frame, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Now this is the lower time frame. What am I looking for in the 1 minute? What is going to inform my trade on this pair? Now let me just delete this. Don't forget, this box is my single candle order block that I marked. All right, price didn't come to this lower part, so I'll delete that one as well. So what am I looking for now? I'll also delete this. The first thing I'm looking for is a change of character. Now a change of character, because the market is on a downtrend based on the lower time frame, you know, I'm looking for market to break this high. This becomes my change of character. All right, on the lower time frame, that's the entry time frame. Now once price breaks that high, and then I'm waiting for price to take out inducement. Inducement is liquidity, so this is price taking out inducement. The moment price takes out inducement, I'm looking for which other blocks are below inducement. Those becomes my point of interest. All right, in this case I can see that there is another block right here. There's another block right here. All right, so I can see that there's another block right there, and that's basically the first order block, and this is another smaller order block right here. But this is not as valuable as this one, because this one did not necessarily sweep liquidity to the downside before it formed. Okay, so now that has been confirmed. The next thing is to set my entry, and then I'll place my entry here. Now on gold, I use 10 pips, 15 pips, 20 pips is the highest I use on gold. So this was a 10 pips trade right there, like so. Place my entry. Now this order block becomes my entry. I place my my buy limit entry there, and allow the trade do its thing. This price action took some time to play out, but eventually, after a few minutes of consolidating right here, if I go to the 15 minutes, price finally played out, and this trade was a 10% trade. This was a 10% trade, and interestingly, this happened just in a few minutes. Look at this. This was a 10% trade, and this high was where I took my profit. This high right there. Okay, this high right here was where I took my profits, and this was a 10% trade. Okay, and all of this happened in a few minutes. Look at this, 10.5%. So this is the beauty of SMC concept, and the way I actually see the market using SMC concept. Now this is not the easiest way to trade, but trust me, if you can trade this way and you're consistent to following your rules, waiting for the confirmation, the lower time frame confirmation, the higher time frame confirmation, you would be amazing. You would see amazing results, and this is what I intend to do going forward. Just waiting for the right confirmation before I take any trade. No pressures. Nothing is going to make me take those trades if I don't see confirmations. I can go days without trades, but I know when I take those trades, they have a high probability of playing out. Okay, so this is my smart money concept in a summary, but I'll do a more lengthy video where I explain everything in bits and pieces, telling you the step-by-steps, how I start analyzing my chart from scratch and all of that. But I hope this video was valuable to you. I hope you found value in this video. If you have any questions, do well to try to type those questions in the comment section. If you've been trading smart money concept for some time and you want to actually say a few things about what I just shared, do well to smash the like button as well and share your comments in the comment section. And before you go, guys, please smash the subscription button, support my channel. I'm on my way to the first 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and I know you can help me hit my first 1,000 subscribers. All right, so this is Sunday. I'm recording this video on a Sunday, getting ready for my trades from tomorrow being Monday. So if you check the description of this video, I have shared a link to my Telegram group, a new Telegram group I just created. Now, why did I create a Telegram group? It's because I want to be intentional about my trading. I want to share my trading processes and journey starting from tomorrow. So I will do a recording more like a day in the life, but not the kind of day in the life you're used to. So for this, of course, I won't show you when I'm having my bath and all of that. I'm not into all of that. I'll just show you the trades I'm taking, how I'm seeing the markets initially, then the trade ideas I'm sharing with you, and then if I take those trades, I will document my entry, show you the progress, if it's a loss, if it's a win, if it's a break-even trade. I would share all of that in the Telegram group, and we can keep ourselves accountable, and you can just watch me progress on this smart smart money concept trading journey I've gotten involved in. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you once again for your time, and please don't leave. It's going to be a sin now. You can't watch my video and just leave. Subscribe.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let